Hello students. In previous program we see how we can define our own classes and use it in our own program, or how we can define our objects or declare objects of our own classes and access methods to our objects. Now in this program we see how we can define constructors. So constructor means what? Constructor is used for initializing the data members. So constructor's use is for initializing the data member. When we create object, then we need to instantiate that particular object. Means while creating our object, we need to call one function which initializes my data member. So this is the use of constructor. So how we can define or create constructor inside C#. Now as we know, constructor name is equal to the class name, and constructor does not have any return type, and we need to define constructor inside public by using public access file. So I am using here public keyword, and then there is no any return type as I am defining constructor here, and my class name is student, so I am giving constructor name as student. If I am declaring such constructor without any argument, so this is the default constructor without any argument. If default constructor, okay, and if I am using parameters, if I am passing the parameters, then this is the parameterized constructor. Parameterized constructor. If I am passing the parameters as integer, number, and if I am storing these parameter values, roll number is equal to number, and name is equal to n. So this is my parameterized constructor, and this is the default constructor. And for default constructor, I am assigning the values as roll number is equal to 100 and name is equal to Ramesh. If I am storing default values as 100 and Ramesh, and this is the parameterized constructor. Now how the things will work? Here I am declaring one S1 object of student type and instantiated here. Here I am not passing any argument. So my S1 gets the values or initializes the values from default constructor. Means inside default constructor there are values 100 and Ramesh. So inside S1 memory, the roll number stored as 100 and name stored as Ramesh. Now if I am declaring another object student S2, and if I am using new keyword and giving some value while creating object, I am giving here 50 and suppose Geeta, then this calls here default constructor will be called. Default constructor will be called, and here parameterized constructor will be called. Constructors are implicitly called by the compiler while creating object. Constructor automatically called means there is implicit call of constructor. There is no need to call the constructor function forcefully by the user. Like this, we are calling getData function forcefully. Okay, there is no implicit call for getData function. Whenever we want to execute the getData function, we need to call it. So this is the difference between a regular function and constructor function. Constructor functions are automatically called by compiler at the time of declaring or at the time of instantiating our object. Now, if I am declaring one another object student S3, then what happens? If I am declaring and initializing this object as like this, then again default constructor is called here. If we are writing or defining default constructor, then at this time default constructor will be called. Then if I am changing the values of S3 by calling the getData, then on that memory, on S3 memory, values will be changed, because by using default constructor we know what are there in S3 memory. On S3 memory, by using default constructor, the roll number of S3 is 100 and name of S3 student is Ramesh. But by calling the getData function, we are overwriting the values of S3. Means on 100 there will be overwritten 12 value overwritten on 100 and Archana overwritten on Ramesh value. So by using getData function, we are changing the values of S3. Means old values of S3 are 100 and Ramesh. Now after calling this getData, we will get 12 as roll number and Archana as name of S3. Now if I display the S1 data, S2 data and S3 data, then what we will get? In S1 there is default constructor, so we are not changing the S1 values, so we will get here S1 roll number as 100 and name Ramesh. Now for S2 we are calling parameterized constructor and we are passing the values as roll number as 50 and name as Geeta. So on S2's memory, roll number value is 50 and name as Geeta. So when we display the S2's memory, from S2's memory we will get roll number as 50 and name as Geeta. Now from S3 memory we will display the roll number and name. While creating S3 we are using or we are calling default constructor. Means not actually we are calling, but compiler calling the default constructor, and by using default constructor on S3's memory there is 100 roll number and name as Ramesh. But after calling this getData function, the values will be changed on S3's memory, so we will get S3's roll number as 12 and S3's name as Archana. So by executing our program, we see what is the output of this program. In this program we see the constructors, how we can define constructors inside C#. We are using here constructors, two types of constructor, default constructor and see the output. For S1 there is default constructor, so default values are 100 and Ramesh. For S2 the values we are passing 50 as roll number and name as Geeta. So second student gives me roll number as 50 and Geeta as name. Then S3 values are we are calling getData function. Actually S3's old values are default values, means 100 and Ramesh is there inside S3's memory. But after calling this getData function, memory will be changed and on that memory now 12 and Archana is there by using getData. Now what is the difference between all these functions? There is no need to call this default constructor. While creating our object, while we create object, default constructor will be automatically called or parameterized constructor will be automatically called. Now when default constructor called and when parameterized constructor will be called, this depending on when we create object, if we are passing the arguments or if we are passing the parameters, then parameterized constructor will be called. because we are passing the parameters. If we are not passing the parameters, then it will call the default constructor. So method overloading concept is here. Here is constructor overloading. Overloading concept is what we are using the same function name. Here is student function and here also student function, but parameters are different here. Here there is no any parameter, so this function is without parameter and this function is with parameter. So we are using here a method overloading concept, and this method is special here, which is constructor. So this concept is constructor overloading. Depending on the parameters, the definition will be called. When we call that particular function, control goes to respective definition according to parameter passing. If we are passing the parameters, then this definition will be executed. If we are not passing the parameters, then without argument definition will be executed. So this is the concept of constructor inside C#. Again we see here this get data method we forcefully called. So this is the explicit call of get data function, but we are not calling the constructor. So constructor call is implicit. We are not calling constructor function forcefully. Okay. By default constructor will be called, or constructor will be automatically called or implicitly called while we creating object of our class. So here our object is instantiated. When we instantiate our object, at that time constructor will be automatically called. Now according to parameter passing, the default or parameterized constructor will be called accordingly. So this is the concept. If we are defining only the parameterized constructor and not defining the default constructor, then there will be one error. Then we will get the error. See what is that error. If we are commenting this default constructor, then what is the error? We can't define the object like this, because we are defining the parameterized constructor and we are not defining the default constructor. So we cannot instantiate the object like this. This requires parameters. It takes some parameters compulsory, because now in our program there is only parameterized constructor and no any default constructor. So every time when we instantiate any object of our student class, we need to give parameter. So I'm giving parameter to this object, then there will not be any error. Now here again default constructor will be called, but there is no any default constructor inside our program, so it gives me one error. We need to pass parameters, because there is only one constructor now, and which is parameterized constructor. So there is one rule. If we define only parameterized constructor, then we need to pass those parameters every time when we instantiate our object. So this keep in mind. If you need to define single object without parameter or with parameter, then you need to define both the constructor, default constructor as well as parameterized constructor. So there is no any error when you instantiate object like this, if you already define the default constructor as well. But if you are not defining both the constructor, then you need to pass the arguments at every time while instantiating that particular object. So this is about constructors. Thank you.